Hello, everyone. C3 here. We're going live on YouTube to talk about Facebook on this Thursday, March the 14th. Now, those of you who use Facebook quite often may have noticed that on Wednesday, March the 13th, there were some weird response issues. I didn't watch any of the local news or national news over the last 24 hours. As a matter of fact, I've been on something of a fast pretty much for the last 2 or 3 months. Um, but I am aware that there may have been some reports that were featured on different news outlets. I'm not so sure as to what the substance of the reports or what they mention, but this morning I got a weird message in Messenger from an account from one of my friends who happens to have multiple accounts under the same name. At least it appears that way. So, what I'm wondering is if one of his accounts were hacked because in the message, the person identified themselves, gave their name, and made mention that they were sending out this message to all users to go through and send this message to all of their contacts because were uh, the servers were there was some problem with the servers, and the message seemed to indicate that there would be some risk of losing contacts if you don't send this to all of your contacts. But if you noticed over the last few weeks, there have been a number of messages being sent out via Facebook where people have been encouraged to share an image, to share information that is encouraging and looks to be harmless. This reminds me of something that we used to deal with quite a bit when I was an information technology support person back in the mid '90s or early 2000s was something called a chain letter. And this was sort of like an email way to adversely affect an organization's servers. The idea is this: if you get enough people to send enough information at one time, you get enough people sending data at one time, you can crash a server. A server is nothing more than a computer that's similar to the computer you may have at home. I mean, it has a hard drive or two or three or four. It basically works on an operating system that might be similar to your computer. The difference is it's a higher functioning machine. It's got higher specifications. It's faster. There's more drive space. There are more drives to it. And its purpose is generally to share some kind of resource. In the case of Facebook, in the case of email, companies like Facebook, Google, Microsoft, and so forth have farms, if you will. They have buildings that just have computers in them. We call it the cloud. And these computers provide you and me with variety of access of services, be it to programs, be it to files. We can store our music, our pictures, our videos, sending email, posting posts on social media, all kinds of things. So when you get these messages that say, hey, send this to all of your friends or send this to at least 12 people. If you really love me, you'll send it to 12 people and you'll send it back to me. Those could be attempts to attack and crash the server, even though the message might be one that's a good message. When people send scriptures from the Bible, when they send nice thoughts and say, hey, this is a nice thought, share this with your friends, share this with 7 people in the next 10 minutes or the next 5 minutes. And if you don't send it back to me, then you're telling me you don't love me and I don't blah, 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 blah. I do believe, I can't prove it, but I do believe that these are attacks upon the system. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know who started it. I don't know why someone is doing this, but it's going to wreak havoc for everybody. Why do I say that? Because a number of people are making livelihoods off of these services that are provided by Facebook, provided by Google, your YouTube, your email, your Gmail, your Google Drive. We have to be real careful as to how we are participating in this thing. So, if someone really, really, really loves you and they let you know about it, is it necessary to share that with all of your friends and then make sure you share it back with them? When we love each other, we just don't say it, we do it, and we don't necessarily take these, I guess, fruitless means by which to let people know. If you send me a message saying that I love you, that's enough. If you send a message to me saying encourage other people, well, I can encourage other people without going on Facebook and doing it. I can encourage other people by how I treat them. So let's be mindful. Let's be careful. If you get one of these things, you're probably being coaxed into taking part in a chain message, which is intended to get more and more and more and more traffic on the system to crash it, or at the very least, to make it not work as well as it could. And as great and as huge and as big as Facebook is, and some of these other companies, I don't believe, in my personal opinion and in my professional opinion, that any company is immune to this. It just takes, it's a numbers game. You just got to get enough people involved. So think about that for a moment. We wanted to go live and to record this and share this with you. Just a thought. If you are able to look at this recording at a later time and you've got some comments, please share your comments down in the comment section of the medium where you're viewing this. Love to hear what you think. Do you think I'm totally off base, or is there something to this? And as always, stay connected. God bless you. Hope to see you soon.